Hey, fifth graders. Welcome back to another exciting week of distance learning. Okay, so our objective for today is going to be to convert fractions and mixed numbers to decimals. So let's make sure we know a lot about decimals, okay? This is a review. Decimals. They're numbers that have something after the decimal point. This is 0 and you'll have to know the names of these three places. Think right now, do you know the names of this place, and this place? Hopefully you remember this is called the tenths place. This is called the hundredths place. And this here is the thousandths place, all right? Remember, a tenth is if you take one whole and cut it into 10 pieces. Then you cut that into 10 pieces and you have hundredths. Cut that into 10 pieces and you have thousandths. So this is really important to know because we're going to take fractions that are in tenths or hundredths or thousandths and convert them into decimals, all right? So 1/10, we need a 1 in the tenths place. That there is 1/10. For 23 hundredths, we need 23 to end in the hundredths place. That's the hundredths place. This one's tricky. For 57 thousandths, we need 57 to end up in the thousandths place. So we put the 57 there, and we got to fill this in with a 0. Okay? So that's the biggest trick for today. So let's start practicing the kinds of problems we'll see today. You might see something like 7 and 15 hundredths. You have to write that as a decimal. All right? The 7 and is pretty easy. 7 and. Now you just got to write 15 hundredths. Now remember, the hundredths place is right there. You got to memorize tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So 15 has to end there. Not so bad, right? What if it was just 7 and 5 hundredths? Again, the 7 and is easy. Now you need 5 of the hundredths, so the 5 has to be in the hundredths place. In this case, there just are no tenths. Okay. How about 13 and 47 thousandths? Okay, 13 and. Now we're going to need thousandths. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. The 47 has to end at the thousandths place, which means we need a 0 to fill in over here. So that is the gist of our assignment today. Now, most of the ones you get will be even easier than these. They'll give you something like 3/10. And you have to put, well, 3/10 is like 0 and 3/10. That's the tenths place. Put the 3 right there. They'll give you something like 4 and 2 hundredths. You put 4 and then you put 2 in the hundredths place. Okay? So this is easy when the fraction is in tenths or hundredths or thousandths. Now the tricky ones you'll get to near the end of the session today will be something like a fraction that's not in tenths or hundredths or thousandths. Maybe they'll give you 2 and 2/5. You'll be like, oh man, it's in fifths. I wish it were in tenths or hundredths or thousandths, because then it would be really easy. It would be just like back here. You can make your wish come true. You know how to change this into tenths, right? It's still going to be 2. Remember, multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number, and you get an equivalent fraction. So 5 times 2 is 10. Take this and multiply it by 2, 2 and 2/5 is the same as 2 and 4/10. And now it's easy to write as a decimal. Okay? What if they gave you something like 38 and 1/2? You'd be like, oh man, I wish that was in tenths or hundredths or thousandths. You can change it to tenths. You know that 1/2 is just multiply by 5, multiply by 5. 1/2 is 5/10. So 38.5 is really 38 and 5/10, or 38 and 5 in the tenths place. That's as tricky as they can get today. Think you're ready for the assignment. Good luck. We'll see you on Wednesday.